Today I wanted to show just a quick tip that I use. One more thing that I really appreciate about the Nor-vise. Here I've got a fish taco intruder style pattern. It's got a lot of flash, but it's also got a trailing hook. And trailing hooks can be kind of a pain because they tend to just hang out here, and every time you brush something back, you're hanging your hands up inside of it. So what I do is I actually nestle the trailing hook down inside the standard jaws of the Nor-vise. So I'll take that out of there and kind of show you what I do there. So I use my Sanyo wire for the trailing hook here in through a fish skull articulated shank. I use regular hooks too, it doesn't really matter. These are just the easiest. And so I kind of pin those down. I thread Sanyo wire through each side, and I'm going to pin that down into the Nor-vise here. And as soon as I get the thread started here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be able to nestle that hook down inside there. And actually, if you're having problems, you can tape over it. But as soon as I run the wire up here and get things started, it'll nestle right down inside of there. And it really keeps it out of my way. It's one of the things I appreciate the most. It's pretty important to close that eye off really good. It's not a bad idea to even go in there with some super glue kind of initially, just to really lock that guy down. And then pretty simply, I also know that about the length of everything I've got going on here is about 2.5 inches, which is right where I want to be. I'll hold that wire, come up and over, really want that wire to rest on the top of the hook. Now that'll set down inside there. I'm going to come up and through the hook eye. Both of those strands come down underneath. Throw a couple of loose wraps just to get me started here. And I'm actually adding some tension. I measure that rear section there to about the end of my hook. Come in with a cheap pair of scissors, not your good ones. And I'm going to secure all this down. Again, I can spin it. And this guy, actually, just because I set it a little bit deep, what you don't really need to do is the reason that it's sitting up like that. Now it's going to nestle right down in there, and I can go about tying my intruder, and I can pull things back all the time and never have a problem. And again, I'm going to come back over the top of this with super glue. More thread just to make sure that this doesn't go anywhere, plus it helps the super glue set. Maybe take a little bit of a break. Don't be in a hurry in these. These flies will last you multiple days. So that's my end result. I'll set that up in a separate video, but that's how I start a shank style intruder using the Nor-vise.